Cloud. Okay. All right. Well, we're still letting some people in. Actually, Elijah, can you manage the waiting room? Is that possible?
Yeah, I easily can.
Okay, awesome, fantastic. I'm using my trackpad, so I need my hands free. Welcome to the what is this? It's either the 500th or the first show. I can't really remember, but I believe this is the fifth, sixth. We'll go with fifth. Fifth show aesthetic, which is the most confusing iteration of this shindig's name. But I hope you guys are able to stick around and handle the tumultuous language that I'm using. Oh gosh, I really should have written a script, shouldn't I? Okay, all right. But if you're coming here for the first time, please unmute yourself, turn on your camera. I want to see everybody's face. Oh, thank you. All right, that's a little putting me on the spot, sir. But yeah, we have a really good lineup today. I'm very excited to. This is getting to be a bit much. I'm really excited to introduce everybody and to get started. So. I guess I'll start. So I've been playing a lot with words recently. I've been doing a lot of wordplay, and I realized that different letters betray different accents. Okay, so for instance, the Japanese L becomes an R. All right, the German W becomes a V, pretty standard, and African B's get very angry. They're very pissed off. Yes. I've been thinking more and more about language, and one term that I really don't like is miscarriage of justice. Ew. That's a kind of a gross way of describing something. Because like, what is a miscarriage of justice, right? It's a mistake, all right? Just say fucking mistake. Why do you have to why do you have to evoke the image of a miscarriage? I mean, it's just so nasty. Or even better, oopsie. Go with an oopsie. Been an oopsie of justice, Your Honor. All right, there's been a grievous owie to the litigious system. Okay, please kiss my client's boo-boo. Plus, miscarriage of justice, you can't have that on a Schoolhouse Rock episode. Okay, that's not his. It's not. I'm just a bill, and I'm a miscarriage of justice. It's this bloody mess of paper and just oh god, it's at the Capitol steps. It's like, oh, don't touch it. Oh,
House of Rock.
Oh my god, that's just disgusting. Let's see. Miscarriage makes me think of birth. Birth makes me think of hospital. This is how I segue. It is all word association. Strap in. When you get better, do you think they take the wish back from you? You know, like okay, say for okay, stay with me. So imagine you get to meet Venus and Serena. That's cool. That's really cool. But if you recover, do they make you go to like a Mets game with Giuliani just to even it out? You know? Or like I don't know, you gosh, you get to hang out with John Mulaney. So like I'm a comedian. If I got sick, I would want to meet John Mulaney before I kick the bucket. But let's say that I go into remission. Okay, they're like, hey, congratulations. You have to go visit Cosby now. That's how it works here at Make-A-Wish. Gosh, I've never really been to the hospital. I've been to the hospital maybe twice, and I have to think that depending on what superhero visits you, you might find out very quickly that you're fucked. All right, like what I mean is Iron Man is not getting up out of bed for some kid with a cough. All right, if you see that arc reactor, get the ventilator because you probably have a couple of hours. Okay, but conversely, D-listers mean you're probably fine, right? You know, so like if you find Ant-Man in your tissue, okay, it's the sniffles. But if Spider-Man is swinging through the window, just find a poem to make on your epitaph, okay? Because you don't have very long for this world. Gosh. I think I relate to Spider-Man though. I think we're both really stressed out scientists who like redheads. But also, I think that we're hanging by a thread, although the way that he does it seems to be a little bit more fun. I think as far as Spider-Man is concerned, we're more or less the same person. And I was arguing with somebody about this because they think that Batman is actually more relatable. Because Batman doesn't have any superpowers. He's more like a regular human being. And I thought that's bullshit because Batman is a billionaire without any parents, and I have never met an orphan to begin with. So Batman is very far away from my everyday experience. Also, he's kind of an asshole because his all of his villains are mentally ill people, right? And he just beats the shit out of them. I mean, it's like, dude, put away the batarang and get an SSRI. All right, try that maybe. Is that possible, dude? Oh gosh. I don't know. Maybe mental health and comic books, nary the two shall meet. Actually, this hat I got from the dude at my comic book store. He gave it to me, and those guys light up every time they see me because they know that half of my rent is going to go to manga. Yeah. Do you know how embarrassing it is getting emails from your landlady like, hey, you owe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and knowing that if I had half of the Iron Man comics I have today, I would be able to pay my goddamn electric bill. It is pretty humiliating. But I'm just gonna leave it there. I hope that was enough for y'all. We have a lovely lineup, so let's see. Let's remove my spotlight real quick. Let's see, 1 second. Not tonight. Our first comedian is very, very funny. He's hailing from, oh gosh, I should know this. I should have done my homework. Oh, that's right, California. His name is Adam Gropman. And wait, hold on. Is it Gropman or Gropman?
Gropman, like as if there's two P's. Gropman.
Okay. Yes, no, Gropman is next week. But for now, it is the very kind and very funny Adam Grop. God damn it, Gropman.
Yes. Thank you very much. Good to be here. I'll tell you, I belong to a gym, theoretically on paper. Hold on a second. I'm getting comedy set bombed by my son again. Again, it happens again. I get burned once again, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll start again. Sorry, I cannot follow him. Once he starts showing up, I can't simultaneously keep up with he's too good. But I do go to a gym theoretically. I mean, they say, and of course it's been shut for months and months. And I am so psyched about that. You know what I mean? Because it just gives me the airtight excuse to tell anyone. I'm like, oh, dude, I want to work out, but I can't. It's the pandemic. It sucks. You know what I mean? But inside, I'm like overjoyed. It's the best excuse. Like I told my gym, I was like, I will gladly pay you the fee every month if you just never tell me when you reopen. Like, you guys are gonna make thousands off me. Just do not send me a spam mail until 2024, okay? Because I'm pleading ignorance, And I go to when I do go to a gym. I don't know if I'm gonna go back, to be honest with you, because it's been so long. But it's Planet Fitness. It's a good place. It's cheap. It's clean, and they de-emphasize like musclehead guys, which is great. But nonetheless, I'm in the locker room there, and I have to see these dudes walking around half naked. The guys who got like they got the ice cube tray thing right here. You know what I'm talking about? They got that corn cob thing. I don't even know what that does. I don't know what the function of that is. Do you play it like a musical instrument along with like a jug band? Like do laundry on it? Like I don't even know what it does. These guys they got arms like they've been building the pyramids by hand. Like guys look like they've never had a meal at 7-Eleven after midnight. Whereas. Like, oh, sorry, Mr. Healthy, low carb guy. Like, maybe I like to treat myself after a Zoom show to a couple of taquitos, But whereas shirtless, I look like I have a very muscular turkey implanted under my abdomen. That's what I'm packing. Yeah, I look like I'm smuggling poultry. Okay, get stopped at various airports. That's why I love hiking. Hiking is totally my groove because it's solo and it's off the grid. Nobody knows where or what time you started or how long you were sitting on a bench. Like seriously, nobody ever walks up to me during my hike and goes, "Hey bro, mind if I give you a pointer on your hike?" That's not even a thing. Like most hikers are actually mute, The statistical measure of hiking is so different from other sports, right? Because think about it. It's like people are like, I shot a 72 or 300 par, or like, I benched 285. I'm like, I saw 5 butterflies and a baby garden snake. It's like, whoa, where's this guy hiking? All I see is a crushed beer can and a used condom where I hike. And there was something weird going on with, I think, the sound feeding back or something like that. So I'm a married guy. As you saw the product of, you saw our offspring here like a minute ago, and it does constantly takes some maintenance, some work. You know, my wife and I went to a marriage counselor for real, right here in LA. And people are like, oh, does that work? Is it effective? And I'm like, well, take the potential for regular therapy not working and double it. That's basically the equation right there. So our therapist was a good guy. And you want to find an honest marriage counselor. It's kind of like finding an honest car mechanic, because you want to be like, hey, this is our marriage. Take a look. Is it worth fixing? Yeah, just be honest, because we're both willing to trade in. You know what I mean? I'm just like, but here's the thing. Our therapist, great guy. He just spoke in those fuzzy, worthless cliches. Like, he actually said this. He said, Adam, even when Robin is screaming at you, tell her that you love her. And I'm like, dude, what? I'm not going to lie. I mean, come on. Like, we're emotionally damaged people. We barely love each other on a good day, you know? Like, and then he said, Adam, no matter how angry you feel, use non-judgmental words. And I'm like, what do you mean judgmental? Like, I use regular dictionary words like idiot, liar, and fascist. Okay, those are what's it. And then he said, "This is all real." He said, "Robin and Adam, no matter how bad things get, you should try to have as much sex as you possibly can." And I'm like, "Okay, this tone deaf idiot is a genius." I'm like, "Honey, this is the best $20 we ever spent. Seriously, we're coming back next week. I'm gonna bring a notebook because he might talk about positions and stuff, you know." I'm a middle-aged guy, and I have a theory. I have a theory that the older you get, the less you fantasize about sex, and the more you fantasize about owning a home. Like, just hear me out. I live with my wife, kid, and 3 pets in a tiny rental house in LA. So I spend a fair amount of time looking at real estate porn. Okay. And it's great. At this point, I don't need to see a breast or a vagina. I just want to get in a bedroom that's 12 by 15. Okay. Like, the only thing I need to see waxed are oak floors. I'm just saying, I'm not the only one. This is a $2 trillion industry. Okay. Listen, if you're new, there's a lot of great sites. Let me tell you, there's Redfin, Trulia, Zillow, whatever you're into. You know what I mean? Condos, multifams, barns. I'm not judging. I like Victorians. I know a guy who gets off on yurts. It's all good. Just like regular porn. There's the high-end stuff, perfect photography. The rooms look huge. Surfaces are immaculate. I'm like, oh my God, I could never get that in real life. Oh, no way. Then there's that low-end amateur stuff. You know, the dishes are piled up, broken furniture, like the walls are cracked. It's like photos are shot on a smudge flip phone. I'm like, oh, I could probably get them on the phone right now. Whatever's in my wallet. Here's the thing. Sex and property are different. Everyone, if they really try, can get sex. You don't need a down payment or a FICO score. But I never had a woman, no matter how desperate or, you know, insistent or charming I was, give me a pity house. Okay? That's never happened. Oh my God, he was just so desperate. I mean, I just showed him my beach bungalow. I just felt terrible. So I gave him a little condo I had lying around. I mean, I didn't want him to get blue walls. So I'll just, well, I have a few more minutes, I guess. So we have a son. You guys saw proof of that. And we were older parents, like older first-time parents. We got the parent game older. And people were so trying to be nice and supportive. Like friends early on were like, oh, well, it's going to be a little easier for you guys because you come into it with age and experience. And I'm like, I don't think that's how a baby works. I mean, I don't think when my son is screaming at me and bashing my head in, I can mellow him out with my REM cassettes. Or my stories about Ronald Reagan, you know what I mean? Like, you have Pokemon, we had the Gipper, you know, like, I don't think that's going to engage him. You know who I think actually has a big advantage? It's the opposite. It's the much younger dads. So it's 20-something dads with a kid my age I see down at the park, you know, because that's basically 2 children hanging out playing together. You know what I mean? Like, where I'm standing, that's like kids on a scooter, dad's on a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? They're both listening to Lady Gaga. It's just like, frankly, I think they both need a babysitter. So that's But I'll just say this: not that long ago, our son had a formal graduation ceremony from preschool. Yeah, I think it's stupid too. Like, these are 4 and 5-year-olds. They had caps and gowns, diplomas. They played pomp and circumstance. Here's a rule: a graduation gown should not be worn over a diaper. Okay, and I'll give you some comparison. At my first ever formal graduation ceremony, some of the kids had beards and criminal records. A couple of them had kids, and the other parents were just like ridiculous. They were like, "Oh, look at our precious scholars on this important day," and I'm like, "The valedictorian's eating boogers, okay?" And the class president's lying down in the grass. I do not think this is a accredited institution, okay? I'll just say, I'm pretty cynical, and then all of a sudden, all the kids have to walk up, okay? The kids had to walk up, and the principal lady out on the lawn would say what each kid said they want to be when they grow up, And the first whole bunch of kids all wanted to be like doctors, policemen, or scientists, things that are like sadly not trusted anymore these days, you know what I mean? And so like, don't put on all the effort to become that. That's too bad, But anyway, and then our kid gets up there and she's like, Levon Gropman, like, what do you want to be? And he goes, ballerina. And wow, that's a moment right there. You know what I mean? Not ballet dancer. He said ballerina. And when nearby dad taps me on the shoulder and he goes, "It's okay, man. That's cool. That's cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. Your son wants to be an MMA fighter, right? I know. It's very easy for you to say." But here's the thing: I have a lot of respect for ballerinas or ballet dancers. You know what I'm saying? They're like ripped. They're incredible, like shape. They have great coordination. It's just that my son hasn't done any of the work. Okay, I've never seen him. He doesn't own a tutu or the pointy shoes. He's never done a plie or any of that other French stuff. Okay, he's never taken a class, so I don't know what he's talking about with the ballet thing. I think he thinks that you just grow up, say you're a male ballet dancer, and you're Baryshnikov, and you're like dating a starlet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way, And I just like to see little kids be more cynical and realistic about the jobs they're going to do when they grow up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's hear it for little Sally. She wants to be a makeup influencer and get big on TikTok. Okay. And here's Ethan. Ethan wants to walk dogs and collect unemployment. Yay, Ethan. And Connor, he's going to open up a male strip club where his first dancer will be Levon. Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a great night and everything.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's hear it for Adam Gropman. Oh gosh, what a funny guy. I resent the fact though that you think that fantasizing about home ownership is reserved for older people. That is literally all I think about, okay? And it's all I think about if I am watching porn. It's like, wow, they're my age and they've got tile floors, the linoleum is even, like this is bullshit. Okay? So I'm on the exact same page. Oh gosh.
You're
all
getting
right.
a good jump on it.
Yeah, precisely. Gosh, I've actually got a file of screenshots if anybody wants to DM me later. I've kind of been forming my dream house. It spans a lot of categories. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving on. All right. On deck is Winston Hodges, but on the stage today, right now, this moment, is the very funny Jen Perez. Let's hear it for Jen.
Thank you so much, Adam. I gotta give it to you. I agree with you on the real estate porn. I definitely look at other luxury apartments. I'm in a studio, so it's an auspicious day. It's 2/2/21. I like to point that out anytime I'm in a group of people. So there you go. It's auspicious. There's 3 2s in today's date. All right. Okay. I guess I should start. My grandma gave me an Olive Garden gift card. I don't know if you know this, but Olive Garden is a family restaurant. I'm a single person. Do you know how embarrassing it is to eat endless bowls of pasta at the bar in Olive Garden? Did you even know there was a bar at Olive Garden? And then someone said I should just order delivery. But why would I order delivery? By the time it gets here, it's just going to be a block of cheese and milk. Sorry. No. You know what's worse? The worst part of it all? You can't even eat the full value of the card as a single person. That means you have to go back. No. You know what the worst gift is? It's an educational one. It's the worst gift. It's like the speak and spell. My mom gave me a speak and spell when I was a kid, and it it's just the worst gift ever. It's made by Texas Instruments, and it's supposed to teach you how to spell, but it doesn't teach you how to spell. No. What it does is it shows you how stupid you are. I recently, my last name is Perez, and I recently found out that the tooth fairy in Spanish is called El Ratoncito Perez. And that translates to Perez the rat. That's the day I realized how basic my last name was. The rat in a fairy tale, in my culture, my heritage. Last name is Perez. So basic. I don't even understand why we got to be so serious. Like, why does the fairy tale character have a last name? My great aunt, she gave me a gold bracelet with my own baby teeth on it when I was 10. That's when I found out that El Ratoncito Perez does not exist. I know what you're thinking. I look like the Puerto Rican Rick James. Some people say I look like Rosie Perez. Some people say I sound like her. I'm from Jersey, and we fight about everything in Jersey. And I moved out here about 8 years ago to California, and I couldn't get it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why I just kept fighting with all the homeless people. Like, people will just keep walking. Like, people here is like, oh, don't worry about it, he'll figure it out. But if someone calls you, if someone talks to you like a bitch in Jersey, they'll just call you Bitchy McPeterson, and now that's your name. The fight in Jersey, they call you 2 Round Betty or Karen done fucked up.
I hate her.
Oh boy, I forgot the rest of that joke. Okay. I moved here. Yes. I think I'm starting to become a basic bitch. I've been here for 8 years in California. Drank a White Claw the other day. I feel the need to apologize for the cultural appropriation. I took a shower with no washcloth. I didn't put any lotion on. I had to, I apologize for my abuelo, my grandpa. He calls every white man he meets John. I'm doing pretty shitty on LinkedIn.
Good.
So I answered a Craigslist ad instead. It was a dude. He was looking for a girl. I mean, he was looking for a ghostwriter for his Tinder account. He wanted me to swipe left and right on his behalf. He was too lazy to swipe. He was too lazy to ghost the girls that he was already going to ghost. So he hired me so I can ghost them for him. He was lazy. But I thought, you know what? I think this is a phenomenal idea. And we had a phone interview and I'm sorry, a video interview. And I said, you know what? You're not a 10. Okay. You're not a 10. You're probably a 5. I can maybe get you a 6. And could you believe it? He ghosted me. What else was he going to do? Did you know the Unabomber took a shit in the tub?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mind you, the Unabomber lived in the middle of nowhere. His neighbors were like 2 miles away. His excuse for shitting in the tub, they were making too much noise. How the fuck could he hear him from 2 miles away? There's DNA in the shit. All right, that's my time. I'm Jen Perez. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
In the now house.
Oh man.
I gotta go wash the tub.
Graciosa. Holy shit. Jen, you're absolutely right. Drinking White Claw is cultural appropriation. Every time you have a White Claw, a fuckboy grows dreadlocks. Okay, so you're really fucking with the balance of the universe. That's on you. That's on you. Oh my gosh. You know, I don't think it would be that much of a problem going from a 5 to a 6, because in my head, the whole ranking system is actually logarithmic. But if you point out that it's logarithmic, you actually do go down the scale. So I'm just gonna move on. On
Nice.
deck is Ashley
That's about
Gutermuth.
boys anymore.
On stage is the very, very talented, very funny, he's a good friend of mine, Winston Hodges. Let's give it up for
Yeah,
Winston.
all right.
Woo-hoo.
Let's go and do comedy here. I was very excited when Zevon came to me and was like, Winston, would you like to be on the Black History Month edition of my show? And I was like, absolutely. This is perfect. So I'd like to spend the next 10 minutes white splaining African-American history to you, if anyone is ready for that.
You're going down hard, Winston.
Yeah, no, it's going down. Who wants to go? No, that would be unbelievable. I'm not going to talk about that until my closer. Let's go. Let's win the room back. I'm excited to be here, man. This is fun. We're doing comedy. We're hanging out. We're telling jokes. We're enjoying each other as company. You know, I used to teach. I don't teach anymore. Last year, I actually quit, and when I quit, I gave a 2 weeks notice, which is amazing that teachers in America are allowed to give a 2 weeks notice. Because I can't speak for other teachers, but I can speak for me. I was not a dude that should have been allowed around kids for 2 weeks after I'd given up. Not really the guy that should have been allowed to be there. Okay, yeah, I unmolded quite a few minds over the course of 10 business days. All right, we got a lot taken care of in my last 2 weeks. Because when you're a teacher and you've given your 2 weeks notice, you no longer have to listen to your district or an IEP. You get to teach whatever you want to teach. And I was teaching history in Richmond, Virginia, which meant one of my students came in and was like, Mr. Hodges, what are we going to learn how to do today? And I was like, well, put your mask on, bitch, because we're learning how to throw tear gas back at the cops. Let's go. Who wants to get in the van and knock this out? And then one of my students was like, but Mr. Hodges, I'm a Republican. I'm like, well, you can put the statues back up. I've checked out. Like I said, this is my last 2 weeks. So you do whatever you want to do. The school I used to teach at was a school for autism. I only tell you that so that you know I'm a better person than you. Yeah, that's right. I do the Lord's work, kind of an angel, God's gift to mankind. It's a lot like teaching at a typically developing school, except I see things that typically developing teachers don't really get to see. Like one day, one of my students, this kid, Jeremy had drawn a teardrop tattoo underneath his eye. And for those of you who don't know, you get a teardrop tattoo after you've killed somebody. Yeah. So needless to say, being the type of educator that I am, I walked over to Jeremy and we did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. That's what we did for about 7 straight hours. I was like, oh, Finding Nemo again. Good call, Jeremy. Yes, the 5th time is the charm. I agree. What a fun time. Yeah, he had my ass against the wall and was like, don't start no math, won't be no math. I'm like, well, this is history. I will be starting very little math in here, but we might want to work on a little English because there was a double negative in there. I think it'd be a fun way to handle that. When you teach history at a school for autism, you have to be prepared to answer very specific geopolitical questions. Okay, that's what my job was. And one day Jeremy came to class and was like, all right, Mr. Hodges, I think it's time you explain to the classroom why America has problems with China. And that's an extremely difficult question. for an 11-year-old to ask a man that does not know the answer to that question. Yeah, Jeremy asked me that, and I was like, holy shit, we got problems with China right now? Oh my God, that's crazy. Because I didn't know that. I thought China made all our shit. I was like, they're the hookup. I thought that's what we called that. Like, China's obviously the hookup. I did the research though, because I was a pretty good teacher. I did the research though. And when I typed into Google, why do we have it? Google just screamed at me, we owe them $10 trillion. That's it. That's the reason that we have problems with them. We've owed China $10 trillion for over 30 years. So quite frankly, China's being pretty cool about the situation. Actually, I think they're being a lot chiller about $10 trillion than I think I would be. I don't know about y'all, but I loaned my roommate $10 a week ago, and I'm gonna kill that bitch. No way. You don't get to hold on to a 10 spot for longer than a week. What the hell is this? What do I look like? Oh my God, man. I did that joke once, and I had a white lady correct me because you guys are really good at it. And she came up to me and was like, actually, sir, America only owes China $1 trillion. And that's a fair point. All right. The numbers, they're not this. All right. So I had to come up with this exercise to do during this joke. I would just like everybody in here to just kind of picture in their mind $10 trillion. We got $10 trillion locked in. Dope. Now I would like all those same people to also picture in your mind 1 trillion. It's the same fucking amount of money. All right. That is the exact same amount. All right. I am a comedian that is unemployed. If there were $600 in front of me, I would be walking around this room like, whose fucking $10 trillion is this? Is this your $10 trillion? Can I borrow some of it and open a debit account at 30? I feel like adults are doing that. I feel like that's a thing an adult would do. My school was cool, man. I'm having fun doing these teaching jokes. I haven't done them, man. I love my school. I love my job. I worked there for 4 years. It's the best experience of my life. I only left because I moved for comedy, right? It was so much fun. Every April for Autism Awareness Month, my school would have a contest for best decorated classroom. If you had the best decorated classroom, you won a free field trip for you and your students, okay? So I took it upon myself to win that shit one year, and I went across the street to Dollar Tree, and I pulled out a $50 bill, all right? And everybody looked at me like, holy fuck, he has $10 trillion, all right? Kick all these poor people out. This is amazing. Roll out the red carpet. We don't have champagne, but we have a lot of Fanta. So if you want some of that, and I bought 50 1,000-piece puzzles. That's what I did. 50 1,000-piece puzzles. Decorated my classroom, all my students' names and puzzle piece lettering. I wrote Autism Awareness 2019. And I was positive my classroom had won this because I saw the other classrooms and they looked like absolute dog shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because those idiots fucking let the kids do it. Yeah, baby. Classroom decoration is not a job for a child. Not at all. Yeah, I'm not the type of dude that's going to let a 13-year-old get in the way of me and my free field trip to Colonial Williamsburg. That's not happening. Yeah, I need that history. Okay, I need it. I came in the next day, though, and Jeremy had ripped all the puzzle pieces off the wall. And I was like, yo, dude, what's up? He goes, oh, really? Autism awareness? Guess what? Everybody in this building's already pretty fucking aware. And I was like, good point. Right? That is on me. All right, I'm very sorry. Let's watch Finding Nemo again. That's a fun job. I talked about that. Here's the deal, man. It is Black History Month, which is it is really cool. It's a pretty fun month, man. Here it is. This is I'll be honest. Like, I'm not a fake woke person. Like, I'm not. That doesn't work. Like, you can't be fake woke. You have to be sincere. One time I tried to be fake woke, and I will admit I was being insincere. I saw Black Panther opening day in a movie theater. Okay, it was an amazing movie, or what I could hear of it. There was a lot of talking, but I really enjoyed that film. All right, it's a great movie. All right, very good. I left it. I left Black Panther, and on my way out, I see a group of African Americans wearing dashikis, and I literally was like, you know what? This is a great moment. This is a moment where I'm going to bridge the gap, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell these people, I love the movie. Awesome, great. So I go up to this group of 6 Black people in dashikis. And I'm like, you are going to love Black Panther. And the biggest one looked me in the eyes and said, we are not here to see Black Panther. And I was like, oh no, I have made a terrible mistake. Yeah, they were like, we're here to see Lady Bird, you racist. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It is also a good movie. That was our Black Panther. It's really good. I've got like a minute left, so I'll get out of here on this. You guys have been really fun. I really like this. A lot of times in my classroom, we would watch documentaries because it was a lot easier than like teaching or whatever. So like I would like put on fun Vice documentaries, and one of the ones I put on was about a gay conversion camp, and it was insane because those things are based in hate. They don't work at all, right? But this camp doesn't even work on paper for a group of bigots. All right. This camp was located on a beach in Malibu. And it was full of the hottest dudes I've ever seen in my life. I was like, oh my God, is this a straight conversion camp? This is amazing. Yeah. The name of the camp was Journey into Manhood, and that's a gay porn title. That's all that is. That's all that is. And the way they thought they could turn you straight was by at the end of the week, they had all the gay people participate in a 1-act production of the hit Broadway play Cats. Cats. Nobody has ever been turned straight through the power of theater. It has never happened. Not one time. I wasn't in like high school drama class. Like, yeah, I guess I'm not gonna suck a dick. That second act of Grease was amazing. That's my time. If you like me, follow me at Winston H Comedy. Zevon, thank you so much for having me. This was wonderful.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming. So talented, so funny. I'm reminded of my 5th and 6th grade social studies teacher who the first day of class, she had us lay like shoulder to shoulder on the ground to simulate the effects of a slave ship. That's just what happened. That was it really solidified the reality of it. And not but a week later, I reached to grab something off of her desk, and she's like, "Get your cotton picking hands off of my stuff." No, the best educator I've ever had. I swear to God. Oh, yeah. It's a complicated dance we play in Texas. Okay.
That is awesome.
Oh, and my dad is here. Okay, great. Oh man, let's see if he's coming in from the Matrix this time. Anyways, on deck we have Karl Xie. But on stage we have Ashley Gutermuth. Let's give it up for Ashley.
Thank you very much for that fantastic introduction. I mean, just coming in hot from Winston, doing all his Black History Month material, and then he scraped for his Pride Month material. And then, then Zevon with his best educator. That's the best teacher you've ever had. Yeah, you are now at a very good school. That's disheartening.
It really sucks.
It's really bad. We do need to improve our education system. Oh my goodness, young people. I'm so happy you're all here. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, it's lovely to see you all. I have my grid open, and I was checking out, well, checking out's the wrong word, but I was looking at Malia's profile picture there. That's the most intense person I've ever seen. Not only are they outside with what looks like a very aggressive cat, they're holding an energy drink, an oversized energy drink, and a hat in the Navy. This person, you want them to protect you. I'm into it. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. I was doing a show the other day, and there was this woman, and she looked at me, and then she looked at her friend, and you know what she said? I'll tell you what she said. This is what she said. She said, "I can't believe that she's not a lesbian. Looks like you guys can't believe it either. Okay, great start. Great start. Oh, so you're not alone. You know who thinks that too? My friends and my parents. And the first time we met, my husband. Yeah. Zevon did a great job pronouncing it, but my last name is Gutermuth. But a lot of people mispronounce it. They'll mispronounce it and they'll say Guttermouth. It's really annoying. It really makes me mad. It does. You know, they can't even pronounce a simple word, right? One T makes a long U. Gutermuth. It's easy.
Right.
Yeah, right? I looked it up, and it turns out it's German, and it means gutter mouth. Yeah. Turns out I'm pronouncing it wrong. Okay. So I am married, and my husband, a man. I'll just let that sit with you for a minute. My husband is 20 years older than I am. Yeah, maybe I should let that sit with you too. That's a big one. I like how I got a whoa, like he was on a like a circus rat. Whoa, he just been punched in the face. That exists. Yeah, he's 20 years older. A lot of you guys are in college, you know, and maybe you didn't know that marrying an older man was an option. But yeah, it's a viable retirement plan. I'm here to tell you. 20 years. 20 years is pretty big. What was I thinking? Guys, he's got sweatshirts older than me.
Wow.
He still wears them. And you can tell because they just say things like, he's got one that says Blockbuster. And he's got one that just says iPhone 4, which people can be judgmental about me being married to an older man, but it wasn't like my goal. Okay. I didn't have it on my vision board. All right. What would that be like though? Just like a guy with a cane, just, you know, gray hair, hunkered over. My mom walks in and she's like, Ashley, what's that? Well,
It would be really awkward.
that would be awkward. I could say that's my retirement plan. I'd be like, okay. But you know, I never had a guidance counselor like take me aside and be like, Ashley, when you grow up, what do you want to do? He's from Jersey. What do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. An older man? Got any pamphlets on that? No. He didn't say that. My husband makes me mad sometimes. You know, not all the time, but he makes me mad sometimes, you know, just like seeing red, like not knowing what to do with my hands. You know, you ever feel that? Like you're just, oh my God, you need like one of those stress balls. I'm just pacing up and down the hallways mad, you know, until my footsteps are just like permanently imprinted on the beige like carpet, you know, and then he will not say anything for like hours. Just nothing, no words, nothing. We have this old like grandfather clock, you know, and it just ticks away, just tick, tock, tick, tick. It's broken. Nothing, just no words all day. And then like late at night, he will slowly walk up to me like he's about to stick his hand in the mouth of a hungry tiger, you know, and he'll just be like, hey, still mad? Yes. Yes, yes. Look, everybody's like, yeah. The women are like, yeah. The men are like, what? I forgot. Yes, I'm still mad. We didn't discuss anything. Nothing. No words. And he goes, oh, I thought if I didn't mention it, you'd forget about it. What? Forget. Do not use the F word with me.
Yeah.
Forget. Like that has worked before in our decade of marriage. Come on. I told him I'm going to buy him a notebook. And every time that technique works, just put a little check mark in that notebook. And by the time our relationship is over, you will have a blank notebook. It's not often that my husband gets mad at me, not because I'm perfect. He just doesn't want the hassle. I think we can all relate. I'm a pain. He says that I argue. What do you say? You argue like an attorney that was just given free cocaine. I'm like, I can see that. Yeah, I can see. So, but my husband, he was upset with me the other day, and he was just like, Ashley, you make me explain everything too much. And I said, give me 3 examples. I have short hair, and I like to come out and say that because sometimes people think that I don't know. I'll see wives elbowing their husbands in the audience and being like, does she know what she's done? Does she know? Do you think she knows? Tell her, she'll appreciate it. I won't. My hair makes people make assumptions about me, but I've just embraced it. When I go to get my hair cut, I'll say to the stylist, can you cut my hair in a way that makes people ask me if I'm in the Air Force? Nailed it.
Military.
Nailed it. Very military. I get discounts with this hair. My husband is actually in the Air Force. So yeah, I show my support for him every day with my haircut. He was like, do you really support my career? And I'm like, look at this high and tight. Yes. Look at it. This haircut is my way of saying thank you for your service. A lot of my friends got divorced during the pandemic. My relationship survived, probably because we have great communication, lots of trust, and my husband was deployed. Far, far away. Yeah. My husband is a smart man. Given the choice between quarantining with me and going to war, he chose war. That's a smart man. Because you know what? With one choice, you might end up getting shot. But with the other, you have to sleep in a tent. Hey, everybody. My name is Ashley Gutermuth. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for Ashley Gutermuth. You guys may recognize her playing the esteemed character Carol Danvers in the Marvel franchise. He is my hero. Very, very, very powerful comedian. Gosh, oh my gosh. You get lawyer on cocaine. I'm insufferable. Also, I get paralegal on Adderall a lot. I've got cotton mouth and a lot of points. Damn it! Oh my gosh.
Motherfucker.
Right. Well, on deck is, let's see, is he here? Yes, Russell is coming at us live from the Schindler's List Director's Cut DVD art. You have a really good camera, but it's a little too good. But on stage right now is the very funny Karl Xie.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys so much for clicking on the Zoom link. I mean, didn't have to go out. Give it up for Z-Von. I mean, awesome job to put this together. It's beautiful. I mean, Z-Von's got the headphone and the hat and the fucking virtual background. Are you outside, man? Like, What's going on? It's too cold these days to be outside, man. And, your co-host Elijah, he's got the fancy mic with the arm. I guess he also has a podcast.
He does.
That's what you do. Oh, Ashley, your husband's dick is dying soon. Just so you know. I mean, just saying.
Thank you.
No, I love that Adam was talking about porn in front of his 4-year-old son. I was like, wow, older parents don't give a fuck. Like, they don't, man. And Winston, we're not okay with that $10 trillion debt, okay? That's some typical white people shit. Watching Black Panther is helping Black community? Like, what? Yeah, I smoke pot with cops all the time. I don't see there's a problem. I'm Karl. I'm from China. I went to Boston University and I live in Boston now. Right, and people always want to learn my name, real name. They're like, well, what's your Chinese name? Come on, tell me, I want to learn. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to teach you. Because I don't want to say my name 8 times in a row. Like, imagine you tell someone, yeah, it's Zivan. No, Zivan. Zivan. No, not Zivan. 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 No, yeah. No, Zivan. Yeah, Zivan. No. It takes forever. And my last name is pronounced shit. They all say it like shit. And it's worse with Black people. You know how they say shit? Shit. Just call me Karl. Just call me Karl. Man, English is hard. English is hard. I've been learning English for 18 years. 18 years. And I still can't spell the word squirrel. It doesn't make sense, right? Also, the words have different meanings, are confusing. Like, to me, the word drug means weed, cocaine, heroin, things like that. I don't know, it also means medicine. So the first time my college roommate said, let's go to a drugstore, I was excited. I was imagining a dark, small room in the back of a bar, and I'm thinking, yeah, America. And it turned out to be a CVS. I've been living here for about 8 years, and I find that Black parents are very similar to Chinese parents. By that, I mean they beat their kids. I once heard a white lady said, I wish I could hire someone to beat up my boys. I'm like, do it yourself. Don't you have the term BYOB? Beat your own boy. My mom would beat me with anything in her hand, like a belt, a stick, whatever. Just, hey, what did I told you? Sorry, was that too harsh for you? Zivan was laughing. White people were like, that's illegal. He's going to jail. No, you don't go to jail for that in China. The police show up at your house like, ma'am, are you tired? Let me help you. Just I love my mom, but it's a tough family, you know, to deal with. Like I was about to marry my girlfriend, and I got the biggest no from my family, saying she's too old, she's too short. Like white parents are like, I want you to be with someone you like. They will tell the kid that. And my parents are like, why don't you be with someone I like? If I don't like her, you're fucked. My girlfriend is 7 years older than me. I'm 26. What? But to my family, she's the same age as my grandma. That's because my parents want me to have a baby so bad. Chinese people were like salmon. Like the sole purpose of life is to have another life. And I don't want a children. My dad said, I can't believe you don't want a child. Your college is wasted. I'm like, really? Like, that's where you think is wasted? I thought it was when I couldn't find a job. Like, that's when I thought it was wasted. And my mom has been trying to, you know, leave us alone, quietly wishing we could naturally break up. That was her plan. It didn't work out. Now she's crying like, how can you do this to me? I'm like, stop giving me this Romeo and Juliet shit, all right? That's from fucking 18th century. Like, every Chinese kid had to deal with that. There's like 6 happy marriages in China right now. According to the statistic, like, man. And the biggest opponent was my aunt, my mom's younger sister. She actually had a good reason, though not a logical one, because she's been a woman her whole life. You can't expect too much, you know. Like, here's why. Like, my mom had the most miserable marriage with the worst guy you can find on earth. And her parents were against it. She didn't listen. It was a huge mess. So now my aunt was like, I can't let you do the same thing. But she forgot one thing, is that my mom at the time was a 19-year-old girl who never had a relationship before and thinks she's smart. Now that's the dumbest creature on earth. Like, if you fall into that category, like, be careful. You don't love that 40-year-old guy. It's just infatuation. It's not gonna turn out good. And I can't say fuck you to them like white kids. Like, I have to let them do the talking because they paid for the college. Like, that's a lot of money. We're more like an investor and CEO kind of relationship. They thought they invested in Amazon, but they invested in a nonprofit. Like, I don't know what they're expecting from me. And my family is like, if I tell them I'm gay, we're all just gonna kill ourselves. Like a like, that's how bad it is. Like, it's just sad. And I actually know a lot of, you know, gay, lesbian, transgender, you know, comedians that we're friends, you know. I thought I know these people better because I know them. But I just heard the term LGBTQ plus, like, went from LGBTQ to LGBTQIA plus. And I was like, what the hell is I and A? Are they gonna take all the letters eventually? The alphabet will be like LGBTQIA, HFQI. New alphabet. Yeah. Adam, you might want to mute me because your sound seems too young for my jokes. Man, like, I live in America now, right? And whenever I see a Chinese lady with a white guy, I'm always like, yeah, get that green card. But if she's pretty, I'm like, bitch, what's wrong with us? You know? You better get that green card. Lock him down. Lock him down. Don't let him cheat on you. All right. You better get that green card. You don't give pussy and her national pride away for free, bitch. It's such an easy game for the dude. I don't like it. Do you know how hard it is for me to get a white girl? Like, I tried. It's weird. Every time if I'm in a party trying to hook up with a white girl, it feels like I'm doing it for my country. You know? Even during sex, it's like, yeah, you people used to sell us opioid. What now, bitch? It's like, those two things are not logically related, but somehow they are in my mind. I'm just stupid. One thing I did try, you know, to do in 2020 was that I've been trying to stop jerking off. Why, you ask? Because sexual desire is a massive energy source. Think about it. Like, the only thing you won't procrastinate is jerk off. Like, nobody ever puts on a porn and go, you know what, I'll wait till tomorrow. Like, the bullet is loaded. There's the blood has rushed from brain to dick. It's got to go. Like, with that energy transformed, you can accomplish anything, right? But it's hard. Like, I started last year and I failed 46 times. It's a hard thing to stop because I live by myself. I got Wi-Fi and no self-control. And also, when I'm sad, lonely, or tired, I'm vulnerable to porn. Like, Like I hear this voice in my head that goes, "Why are you sad, you poor little thing? Do you want some fun? Come on, close the curtain and let's have some fun." And I'd be like, "Yeah. Can I just look at it? Can I just look at some tits and appreciate God's work? Like 5 minutes, that's it. 5 minutes go by, I'm like 5 more. 3 hours later, the bullet is loaded. There's no blood in the brain. It's got to go. Like, no, but I did it. I haven't touched my dick for about 2 months, and that deserves applause break, people. Like, I don't know what you have did. Like, you quit drinking, but this is much harder. And I changed. I changed. After I stopped jerking off, I cry a lot more often.
Oh boy.
My blood pressure went up. Sometimes I banged my head to the wall and tried to kill myself. It was all good. It was all good. Oh man. I'll tell you this one thing before I go. I love rap music. But when rappers sing about drugs and gangster stuff, I can't relate to them. Until 21 Savage was arrested for the expired visa. I'm like, no, I but I couldn't. He'd be singing, how many people you shot? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many visas you got? A lot. I feel you, homie. All right, that's my time. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Let's hear it,
good.
Karl. Oh my gosh, great job. Yeah, I really like the color of your shirt. It reminds me of a salmon. I can only assume that you were performing live from the Three Gorges Dam. Swimming straight up. Oh man. I don't think salmon actually do that, and perhaps that was a racist comment. I'm not sure, but let's finish the show. Gosh. Our headliner is the very talented Russell Robertson. Let's hear it from Russell.
Woo, woo.
I'm feeling a little overdressed. This shirt is much more on camera than I realized. I'm glad to be here. I'm trying to lose weight because of Instagram. I don't know if you've been on Instagram lately, but the standard for selfies are ridiculous. I took a selfie in a unit card and it was a nightmare. Never again. So something they tell you to do when you try and lose weight, they say, hey, make a list of everything that you eat throughout the day. So I started making a list of everything I ate, and I realized very quickly I hate lists and I love it. It's great. I don't understand what's supposed to happen at the end of the day. You're going to look at the list, you're like, oh, I feel amazing. This is great. No, you're going to look at the list and you're like, I want to kill myself. I ate 5 cakes today.
NYS.
Another thing that you're supposed to do is for breakfast, you're supposed to eat oatmeal instead of actual food. So I don't know if you've ever tasted oatmeal, but it doesn't taste like something that you give to a person. But I eat it. What I do, I have a little trick. I put a little bit of honey in the oatmeal. It's just a bowl of honey, guys. That's it. And then I use the oatmeal for picture frames for Christmas for people I don't like. That's what I do. So I figured out the most complicated diet that I have. You guys could do this at home if you want. What you want to do is you eat whatever you want, and then you never look in the mirror. Am I breaking up? I'm breaking up, aren't I? This is good.
Just a little.
It's going
Beyond the
great.
pale, it's okay. It's fine.
Another great way to lose weight, what I do is I work out a lot. And by that, I mean I do 10 push-ups and then I'll stare in the mirror for an hour. I'll work out. We're just going to blame it on the fuzziness because another thing that you could do that I like to do is I don't take a lot of vitamins in the morning. I take about 1 pound of vitamins every morning. I don't know what it is. I just put it in and, call it good for the day. I take ginseng because it's supposed to give you energy. I don't know if you know what's in ginseng. No one does. No one knows. we're gonna take it though. They're telling us it's good for us. Something else you should know about me is I recently had a kid. That's cool. Kid haters. That's all right. Listen, you guys used to be babies, all right? So just remember that when someone talks about a kid. I did most of the work, okay? So my wife is Japanese, so I named our kid Finley, which is a very Scottish name for the way he looks, which is Japanese. There's different phases of kids. There's different phases when you have a kid. The first day, you're like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. He's so great. Second day, you're like, man, I am tired. Third day, I got to move out. Those are the phases. Just get an apartment for a little bit. That's it. Babies are simple. They're very simple. You know, they eat, they poop, they nap. They remind you to always wear a condom. Very simple. One thing my baby does now, I don't know, it's like a thing now, but puts everything in his mouth. Everything is like anything you can find. He's like a little koi fish. He'll just go around and go, what is that? What is that, a big plastic bowl? Yeah, put it in my mouth. I'll take it. It's good. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's gamey. Yeah. But he's getting taller, though. He's getting taller now. He's 11 months, which is kind of a long time to keep him alive. That's all you do. As a parent, that's all you do. Is he alive? Is he alive? Is he breathing? You just checking the monitor. Is he breathing? Okay, good. You don't sleep a lot, guys. I feel like most of you have kids here, so this is a good topic. It's great. This is probably on TikTok, so it's good. He's 11 months. He's getting taller now, so he can reach the furniture, so he can like knock stuff off the furniture. He's getting a little taller. So as responsible parents, what we did was we got taller furniture. Movie nights are very dangerous. We lost 3 of our best friends to Men in Black. Never again. Never again. He's growing teeth, though. That's another big thing. You clap for these guys for everything. He's got hair. Okay, great. He's growing teeth. He's growing a lot of teeth now. I don't know how many he has. It's a really big deal. Everybody's like, yeah, good job. We're so proud of you. You know? And I mean, I've had teeth for decades. Didn't get that kind of praise. But, you know, I'm not competing against my baby. And I have more teeth. I have a lot more. Amazon. Does anybody shop at Amazon? Guys, don't raise your... Listen, I can't even see you. Don't raise your hand. This is about me right now. All right? Amazon, I feel like they're getting a little ridiculous with the notifications. Do you feel this way? Don't raise your hands. You know, you'll see them. Like, ding, we are 5 blocks away. All right. Ding, we are 4 blocks away. All right. That's cool. Ding, we are inside your house. It's a little dangerous. Dating is strange right now. You know, I'm married, so I don't date anymore. You know, because the wife's always home. So that's my time. Thank you, guys. My name is Russell Robertson.
Yeah.
Very good. Oh my gosh, what a great comedian. What a great show. What an excellent lineup. Let's hear it for all of our very, very talented comedians today. Gosh, I count myself very lucky to have met all these people on the internet because it usually does not go this way. So, gosh.
Wait, do I still get my 2 minutes, bro?
No.
All right.
Yes.
Let's know what is it?
God damn.
Can I do 40?
No one. I'm speaking, y'all. Oh my God. in the words of our powerful vice president. But anyways, I'm so glad everybody could make it. Audience, comedians, and if you are interested in performing in the next showcase or any of them, just shoot me a DM, shoot me a email. It doesn't have to have any comedy. Just ask me how I'm doing. Usually, I will bend like a reed in the ocean. So, anyways, it's been super fun having you guys all here, and I hope to see you guys next week. All right. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Woo!